Who is diversifying with precious metals? A growing number of money managers are citing the nation's soaring deficits and national debt as reasons why they are. Before we begin, remember to like this video and subscribe for more economic updates. Recently, Americans were reminded yet again why these professional investors think it is so important to hedge their portfolios against the potential consequences of fiscal recklessness. Last Wednesday, the Treasury Department reported that the budget deficit for 2024 expanded by $347 billion in May, a 5% increase over the same month last year when adjusted for calendar differences. This means that through just the first two-thirds of the current fiscal year, the budget shortfall has grown to $1.2 trillion. That's 3% higher than where we were at the same time last year, when the 2023 deficit was racing toward an eventual total of $1.7 trillion, now the third highest annual budget deficit in U.S. history. These astronomical sums are being reached in years with no compelling national crisis to even remotely justify this level of excess spending. No recession, no global health crisis, and certainly no war. Commenting on the Treasury Department's announcement, Maya McGuinness, president of the Nonpartisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, said, "Just like the heat, borrowing is on the rise and lawmakers should be feeling the pressure to bring it down." With only 4 months left in the fiscal year, the United States has borrowed $1.2 trillion, a shocking $4.9 billion per day on average. Clearly, we need to figure out our fiscal situation soon before things get more out of control. There is evidence that some big-time money managers may not have confidence in our elected officials to fix the nation's fiscal situation, and are now using gold to hedge against the associated risks. Recently, David Einhorn of Greenlight Capital said it was precisely because of the nation's highly uncertain fiscal trajectory that he's taken a very large position in gold. There's a problem with the overall monetary and fiscal policies of the country, and if both policies are systemically too loose, I think the deficits are ultimately a real problem, and I think that this is a way to hedge the risk of something not so good happening. The chief investment strategist at Bank of America directly attributed gold's rising to the fact that our nation's debt is approaching $35 trillion and rising at a stunning rate of $1 trillion every 100 days. In a client note, Harnett said flatly, "Little wonder debt debasement trades are closing in on all-time highs, i.e. gold." For his part, economist David Rosenberg recently cited fiscal risks specifically are a central justification for this declaration. Any well-diversified portfolio should contain gold, and at present, we'd recommend an aggressive overweight. Legendary investor Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, is also very concerned about our nation's debt. In a recent post asking, "Do you have enough non-debt money?" Dalio took the opportunity to explain that he currently is adding gold to help hedge his personal portfolio, largely because gold is supported by risk of debt defaults. It's hard for me to imagine that we would default on our national debt. The consequences are unimaginable. But even Fed Chair Jerome Powell says our fiscal spending and national debt are unsustainable. There are many bankers, money managers, and big investors who are hedging against the possibility.